Good evening. It's me, Reverend Alicia Leslie from Spirit of Unity Church. And tonight I want to talk about what's just down the road. Is it the holidays or horror days? Where are you standing with that? Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of us are really distressed because there is the knowledge that we're all one. I mean, we're all one, that's a fact. Even where it says, united we stand, divided we fall. Because that's true. I mean, it's even our own body, is our own body, all the parts have to be working together or we don't live. So, as a people, as a human family, as Americans, as a government, we need to work together. So we are one. Therefore, we want to express oneness. But what about now, when you don't even want to think about the way some people are thinking and talking? We're told to love our neighbor, but it's very difficult to love a hateful neighbor, isn't it? But here, I got to tell you something. A lot of people don't realize this. Love is not about mushy liking. You don't even have to like someone to love them. To love is to do no harm. It is to uh, be centered in all that is good, even when you're around what has the appearance, real or perceived, not good. Okay. Um, so as we go into this, I'd like to share something. It's just be a really good tip. In Unity, we teach that thoughts are things, and the thoughts we hold in our mind produce after their kind. So as we go into this holiday, what thoughts are we holding? If they are negative thoughts, it's gonna make a negative expectation, which will probably bring a negative outcome. You know, you're much easier to be triggered when you are not centered. There's a great example I'd like to share. It's when Jesus cleansed the temple. You know, we're told that our body is our temple. And our brain certainly is the boss of the temple because it's where all the sensors go through. Actually, it's the brain and the heart, believe it or not. So anyway, when the money changers were in the temple, Jesus cleansed it. He ran them out. Get out of here. This is meant to be a place of worship, and you have turned it into a den of thieves. Then they also say you iniquities. So whatever. But what I'm inviting you to do is to cleanse your brain, cleanse your consciousness, cleanse your heart from the negative thoughts and feelings. Just being able to change your mind like that will change your holiday experience. And while you're so busy being so wonderful, I would also like to point out it is very important to have healthy boundaries. Make it clear in advance if you're hosting an event, be sure you say, this is a politics free zone. We are not going to talk politics. We are going to, enjoy ourselves, enjoy our family, enjoy our friends, and you can do whatever you want with your politics tomorrow. Well, let's say someone is there and they are, that kind of gloaty, aggressive, uh, uh, what's that word? I forgot it. I, I forgot the word I'm trying to use right now, but it's like aggressive, arrogant. That was it. The minute I forget to, there it is, arrogant. People that are both ignorant and arrogant, and it makes us want to crawl up the wall sideways. We don't have to. We have to breathe and just remind them we had an agreement, no politics zone, uh, you know, um, that we have to let it go. This is not the time. this is not the place. So what do you do then? Look for common ground. Think about talk about memories. People love to talk about the memories of the past, like the time my dad was cutting the Thanksgiving turkey with his brand new electric knife and cut his finger. And then we had to cut off all the parts that got blood on them. Yeah. So though that's much more fun to talk about. There's also little games you can play and anything but talk about politics. Look for common ground. What do you agree on? And sometimes there's a time where you need to have a little chat with a family member about uh, it. Not time to go there. And you feed them what is called a love sandwich. You tell them how much you love them. You tell them what's not working. And then you tell them how much you love them. Even just remembering that when I was preparing for tonight's little visit, uh, it really came to me that I do have someone that in my family that I am having an issue with, and that there was a better way to handle. That was a night when I got angry. That one. Remember we talked about that? Yeah. Uh, you don't have to shun someone because you are in even deep disagreement. You can create space, you can take a break, but you don't have to shun them altogether. What you can do, you're still going to send them a Christmas card. You're still going to be pleasant with them. You still wish them a happy holiday. Uh, you have to remember um, that your job is to be all the good, all the kindness. Remember in Corinthians, I always read it when I do weddings. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not haughty. It goes on, and most important, love never ends. So even though we might be angry with our loved one, we remember that love doesn't end. Also, Charles Fillmore is the co-founder of Unity, and he said very wisely, anger poisons the blood. Now, he said that like 100 years ago, and now they're even saying how the negative hormones that come out when we are angry are very unhealthy. We would rather have endorphins than adrenaline. Anger, a lot of adrenaline comes with fear and anger, but endorphins, which are they're like we have a whether we know it or not, we have a drug pharmaceutical company inside of our own body. And endorphins are, that's what makes you laugh. That's what feels so good when you laugh. You want to get your endorphins going and try to avoid the adrenaline, right? I know. It's not easy. Now, as we go through the holidays, there are degrees of separation. So there are, acquaintances, friends of friends, um, and every day the politics seem to bubble up and get that anger going, get that adrenaline going when we really want to have the endorphins that make us feel good. And the closer it comes to home, like we can, if one of our friends is talking about their friend who's you know, has all these bad things to say and do and believes such propaganda and stuff. It's easy to say, well, he's a nutcase. But when it comes down to your own flesh and blood, whether it's your parents, your siblings, your sisters, whatever. Thank God I don't have that problem. So anyway, whatever it is, uh, try to remember it's going to be harder when it's closer, but you have a greater reward from it. Family's difficult. When Jesus was talking to the people one time, they said to him, your mother and your brothers are out there. They're waiting to talk to you. And Jesus said, who is my mother? Who are my brothers? My mother, my brother are those who serve the Lord. You know? So, yeah, flesh is not what it's all about. Blood is not what it's all about. we have another family, a spiritual family. I know I'm very Jesus tonight, but Jesus also, when he was being crucified, he said, "Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do." You have to remember that. Our loved ones and the other people, they have been sucked in. They are victims. Yeah, they might be ignorant and arrogant, but they remember, we're still ignorant about a lot of stuff. If we were so darn smart, we'd figure out how to fix this a long time ago. So I'm just trying to teach you the basics. Remember, they are who they are. They're at where they're at. And we all need to grow, right? And then, special thing about the holidays, I want you to take this into your heart and remember it. Holidays is kind of a word that came around from holy days. Now, in the Catholic tradition, they say that holy days are holy days of obligation. You must go to church, you must, say these prayers and like that. I see the holidays as holy days of opportunity, holding days of opportunities, days that we can practice to be the wonderful, beautiful child of God that we are. And remember, that goes for those ones that we love that tap dance on our toes. When they know better, they'll do better, just like us. Have a great day, and on the off chance I don't talk to you before then, but I think I will, happy holidays. God bless.